Good morning, Ashish. How are you today?
Morning.
Yeah.
I'm fine, Ranjan. I'm fine. Great.
Okay, perfect. So, Ashish, you've been old hand at real estate, especially in Bangalore. You had a illustrious career across finance operations. You've been an entrepreneur yourself, and also in real estate. You understand Bangalore well. So, we kind of yeah, unravel the mystery that's called real estate for at least first-time home buyers in today's discussion. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Great. 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 Yeah.
So, Ashish, you've been in the industry for some time now. How do you think the property decisions made by today's home buyers have shaped over the last few years? Has there been any changes that you've noticed?
So, so my transition from finance to real estate actually must have gone through my profile actually. So, it was a very smooth transition because I thought of that the biggest financial decision of anyone's life is buying home or
Yes.
investment in the property. So that is the most important thing. So earlier, in our days, in our early days, actually, we used to think that actually, if you have bought one house, it's good enough. We are not having very conducive home loan environment as well. The market was not opened up, so there was a lot of difficulties in finding homes and all. We were not having such kind of amenities, new developers and all, and they were just also cropping up across the cities. So Mumbai was the first one actually started very early, and later on it transformed into NCR and then went into other cities like Bangalore and Chennai and Hyderabad kind of thing.
Yes.
So over a period of time, I believe that how buying behavior. So if I believe that trust factor is most important for a buying for a buyer to buy a home. Now people, those who are people are well informed. They've started making decisions on a multiple factors. They don't look at only that the kind of product you are bringing in. They look at for the trust also. They look at for the financial positions. They look at for the location. They look at for the deliveries. They look at for the quality. So all these things actually have become the most important aspect of for buying and making a decision to buy a home. Second thing is that now home buying is not like that actually कि घर तो जिंदगी में एक ही बार बनता है kind of. So so now people have started doing. I have met a lot of clients during my tenure that actually were buying homes every year. It's for investment, it's for long-term play, it's for giving a gift to their kids later on, it's for the rental income, capital appreciation, all sort of things have come into that. And then real estate has become a most important factor in anyone's the financial discipline or financial planning basically. So the way they are investing in stocks or in mutual funds or in gold, I think so real estate has become a very key investment option actually for all the current home buyers, at least in top 7, 8 cities, what I count.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good perspective. So, Ashish, you're with ANAROCK, and ANAROCK is known for producing some high quality reports around what's happening in the industry in general across India, especially, and then across cities and stuff like that. So, how, in your perspective, should home buyers interpret these market reports and insights that your company and others, produce without getting overwhelmed, so there's so much information that they get to read in these reports. So what to pick?
There are a couple of things. Generally, whatever reports we are publishing in the market, NROC, our reports are quoted by a lot of places like Finance Ministry of India. Recently in AI Summit also, Gautam Adani quoted a report about real estate market and all. So these all things are very, very important and vital for understanding the market perspective. But genuinely, actually, these are the macro aspects which they cover generally. And then reports, what published is what has happened. and we give the outlook of next 3 to 4 quarters maximum. Nobody can predict the larger range of the buying habits and the market scenarios especially basically in real estate, where the timeline for a project is very long. So the project which is conceived today is going to be delivered in 4 years time,
Yeah, 3 to 4 years.
and
Yeah.
3 to 4 years, and is very very important actually to decide what product you are going to build today, and which you cannot changes in the entire cycle of the project.
Yes.
And if anything goes wrong and some macroeconomic scenarios are changed, anything demographics are changed and all, some wars start happening or COVID comes in, and then sudden dip or sudden uprising actually in the market happens, which nobody can predict. So I believe that how reports are going to be studied. So reports should be studied in a perspective of that how the trends of pricing are going in multiple micro markets of a city. So if you are planning to buy a house, it helps you to decide that actually which location you can go. If you are buying for your own, definitely you are much clearer about the markets or the location. But when you are
Location.
buying for the investment, it gives a lot of insight to you that actually which micro market you can really potentially can grow in 4 to 5 years, where you can really look for the investment. So this is the important aspect. One thing. Second thing is that price trend. So everybody think that prices are going up, but that up cycle also has certain variations. Basically, so sometimes the post COVID we have seen the price rise is happening 20-22% every year, while it has sustained actually now to 4 to 5% every year. Before COVID, it was 2 to 3% and stagnant 2013-14. So every 3 to 4 years, the cycles are getting changed. And if you read the between the lines of these reports, you will find it continuously. Actually, this is happening for the residential sector. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
somebody wants to invest in the commercial, so that reports gives those reports gives a lot of insight on commercial, because absorption is very very important in the commercial properties, because then only you will make the uh, um, rental yields basically, so which is the ROI. And capital appreciation is the long term, but the ROI is the main funda actually when you are going to invest into commercial real estate. So that is very very important for everyone to understand that aspect, that how the trends are going on, which all companies are coming in, how the absorption was in last year, last to last year. Understand the other markets as well. Understand that actually which all new companies are coming to India. As you know that actually since last 2 3 years, GCCs have cropped in into coming in into India. Chennai and Bangalore and Pune and Gurgaon. There are a lot of GCCs are set up by the international companies, majorly
And now
US.
data centers. Yeah.
Absolutely. Data center is again a new boom actually, but data center is a different play altogether. So
Yes.
data center actually you can invest into the stock of the data center companies which are listed. We are not having many, but many are going to come. The REIT can be one perspective actually for the investment. Then you can really be, if you have lesser money, you can't invest into commercial properties in a large sum. You just invest into REIT and yield returns actually out of it. And in recent budget also, the government has provided that they are going to come up with a lot of REITs actually of the government properties. They want to monetize it through the REIT channel, and that can really boom in next 3 to 4 years. My outlook is that people should look out for a real estate investment. Residential is one part, but commercial also they can look through REIT.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. Commercials always yielded for investors that
Absolutely,
way. Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
So, in Bangalore in the recent past, Ashish, because of the land cost going higher, construction cost also kind of going up a little bit, the projects, the ticket sizes, right, have eventually slowly moving upward, right? So, and the affordable segment, you see certain gaps. So there is demand, but not enough supply. So, what other gaps do you notice between buyer expectations on one hand and the market reality in Bangalore,
Oh.
particularly?
Niranjan sir, I tell you actually that there is one thing actually I always speak actually during my meetings as well, actually, to my team as well as some of the builders. While we are just designing the product and all that, हर किसी को मुकम्मल जहां नहीं मिलता, किसी को जमी, किसी को आसमान नहीं मिलता.
आसमान नहीं मिलता. Yeah.
Yes. So that is a that is very very important. So why so gap is only on pricing, or gap is on the product, or gap is on the amenities, delivery, quality, location. All these things are there actually in the mind of the customer when they are going to they step out actually and then plans to buy a property. So what a customer does actually, what a buyer does, he zeroed down on one location or two locations basically. Then we start looking out at which product actually they are looking at and all. But for the pricing purpose, which you have asked, that affordability segment kind of thing. So affordability has gone because the cost of construction has reached to that space. You can't build a product of 200 square feet, so the cost of construction has increased from 3,200, 2,700 or 3,200 all in 6, 7 years ago to around 4,700, 4,000, 5,000 rupees. So if you are going into that segment, even if I am giving 1,000 square feet of super built up area, which has close to 650 square feet, which is in the range of PMAY scheme earlier we used to call about,
Yeah. Yeah.
is going beyond your affordability. Right. So the how to address that segment, so that segment is vanished actually. So all the reports which you see, whosoever is publishing the real estate report, that sub 50 lakh properties are not there at all in
Not
residential
existing.
market.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Not exist. So you are going only above 50 lakhs. So you are looking at how you are looking. You should look at under what kind of location I'm getting, what kind of size I'm ready to adapt it within my frame. So can I change my location to get the cheaper, but the same size I should remain. So people used to evaluate that particular condition also. Can I step out for 5 kilometers more from my comfortable location and get around 20 lakh rupees cheaper? So these kind of questions they have to ask and they have to decide on that. Second thing is that the size of the project also matters, and the brand. So the brands are always costlier in specific market because their overhead costs are also more, and their delivery and the quality is better always. So that's where actually you have to consider, you have to understand that where you want to um, uh, where you want to put a constraint, put a condition that actually I'm ready to go for a this particular quality, but my price has to be there, or I can really afford better quality, so I'll pay more price for that particular thing. So these kind of things are there, and affordability, I believe it depends on person, but the segment of affordable housing is gone now. I
Yeah.
don't think so that exists in
Yeah.
at least top 7 cities. And I'm having preview of Raipur, Lucknow, Nagpur, Jaipur, Kochi, and whatnot. All the cities, everywhere the prices are going around 8,000 to 10,000 rupees a square feet nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That.
so so that is gone actually. So we have to look at actually 1 crore plus housing only.
Yeah. So from a data and market insights we touched upon a little bit, but just want to drill down a little bit more. So from a home buyer standpoint, is there a way they can use these insights, right, even for self use, right, to reduce the uncertainty? So because one is I want to live there from a home buyer perspective. Second thing is I also want to see that my property appreciates. So, are there any thumb rules you can give us for home buyers, which says, okay, if these kind of pockets, so when you see broadly these kind of behaviors in certain micro markets, that's the thing to go. If it suits your, overall location and stuff like that. Are there any hacks like that?
Yeah, of course, actually, Niranjan. So there are a lot of deciding factors, I think, so a person should look at it. First is that actually, whenever you are zeroing down on location or a product or maybe a builder, you should look at the financial capability and the previous deliveries of that developer. So you will ascertain that whether he's delaying or how they operated during COVID days. That is also very important,
Mhm.
because COVID days we have seen that many developers have gone bad actually, so they are not existing. And post RERA impact also, there are a lot of builders gone, those who were not practicing right financial, not taking right financial decisions, and their financial strengths were not there.
Yeah.
Very important to understand that developers should be financially capable. They should have a financial closure on the product. They should have a at least construction finance taken from some good bank. So let's say SBI or HDFC or maybe Bajaj Housing so if they have taken loan from there, so definitely the banks have shown trust on that developer.
Yeah,
So
that due
that plays a
diligence
very
is gone through. Yeah.
exactly. So at least primary, secondary, tertiary, all kind of due diligence are done. Then only the money is being given to the
Builder.
builder. So you are very much sure that at least I am going in the safe hands. Then you decide on the product. Product is very very important for you because you know that actually what is good for you. So nobody can tell. So generally, when builder used to arrive on the product, that what kind of product I would like to build, what insight we provide is very very important as consultant. So we provide the insight that this particular micro market has this target clientele, so these kind of people are going to come and buy what they like, because we have got an old database and all, we know that why people are buying, why people are not buying. We give that insight that please make this product will sell faster, this product has quality. Erstwhile, those who have not bought ask for these kind of ABCD things. If we incorporate those, can be beneficial actually. So all those things, a buyer should look at it that all these things, whatever they were asking or they were seeking, have been managed to be in that development, and then they look out for that particular thing.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. In fact, we recommend our home buyers to actually visit one of the completed projects of the builder before buying. So, if especially 5-year-old projects, so then they will know, much beyond quality or, trust the builder has been able to build with the RWAs and whether how much post selling support they're able to give, etc. So, but that is no validation to what will happen in the future, right? So there's a little bit of open risk. And like you said, you pointed them in the right direction. So those are things they have to keep in mind. Yeah. Thanks.
And that is trust only. That is
Yeah.
trust only, actually. So you have to, somewhere down the line, actually, if you see whatever product or whatever things you are buying, there is some trust, which is built on the some predictability, what has happened in the past.
In the past. Yeah.
In the past,
True.
yeah.
True that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So even today, with so much information being available freely for home buyers, and also AI coming into play to help them with certain decisions, etc. What do you see in the market are assumptions, the common assumptions that home buyers make, especially around what is a fair pricing, right? Because this market, real estate is not apples to apples comparison, right? So no two products are same, etc. So given that scenario, what common assumptions around what is a fair pricing, do home buyers have that you still see in the market today?
So I tell you, there are a lot of very good question, because I used to come across a lot of clients, and it is a very difficult task again actually for the builder also to ascertain that actually what kind of price point he can, ticket size he can put it on his product when he's coming up with that. So each micro market has different things, but one thing is very common in the entire scenario is that cost of construction. So the cost of construction is everywhere same, because the cement price, the steel price, the labor cost is all same.
Right.
So you cannot think that actually you can get a huge difference from the price points if you are going from one place to another, because that particular point is a stagnant, is a constant thing. So the price, if Brigade is building anything at 4,500, Lodha is also building at the same, or maybe 100 200 rupees here and there, that kind of thing. There is no much difference into this. The second important thing is the land cost. So with the lot of consulting firms are now releasing data about the land as well. You'll able to find that actually the kind of prices are going on in certain areas of the land, which is converted, non-converted, or agricultural land tentatively. So which is, and some of the government portals are also providing that kind of thing, which is governed by the guideline value decided by the government.
Okay.
So put together, if you keep it in mind, you can really arrive on a certain price points of that particular product, right? Accordingly, you can make little informed decisions. And definitely over and above this, the builder will put his own profits and the cost of marketing and the cost of funds as well, which is taking. So all these things put together, actually it counts it. So if I understand correctly, anything and everything in Bangalore, if it is selling at around 10K per square feet, in the at least 15 kilometers outside of the CBD area, is the okay price. If it is going inside, there are 12,000, 14,000, 15,000, because the land rates have increased drastically. I
Yes.
tell you, you will be surprised to know from 2019 till today, the land rates are at least three times of what it was in 2000.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Post-COVID,
where
so it was like unbelievable increase. Yeah. Totally.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So thanks for that thumb rule. That's a clear direction, Ashish. So let me put you in a spot a little bit here. So how does an advisory firm like ANAROCK, right, balance developer mandates with objective market insights? So you're also creating reports which are unbiased, and you're also doing builder mandates and selling properties. So how do you balance that?
Okay, so I'll not take any of my competition and any of my clients' name in this, but I tell you. So our reports, which we are publishing regularly, does not mention report do not mention any specific
Project.
builder's name. So we never criticize or rate any builder. So that is irrespective of that. Our reports are basically a market, micro market reports, depicting that how market is performing at the macro level and the micro level. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing is that NROC has a mandate and the advisory firm. How we play how we manage this, because the mandate firm's role is that to bring out the right product with the help of our developer client for them and market it with the brand building and sell it faster. In this situation, we take help of all the channel partners also. So we are having a inclusive model. We are not having exclusive model. So the people say that actually we are exclusive partners. We are not exclusive. We are actually inclusive partners, wherein we are doing referral activities also, where we are doing channel partner activation, and we are doing in-house sales, digital marketing, any offline medium or BTL activities. We run through everything actually, and then bring out particular thing. So the NROC as a mandate partner play a different role altogether, while a consulting firm advises our builder clients into multiple aspects, maybe their funding, maybe their land acquisition, or their branding, or their building of a product also, which is very, very important for us to market the product. So this we do, and we take care of these things in a mutually exclusive manner, rather having a burden of our reports, and then what we are doing for that particular client doesn't mix. We don't mix them together generally.
Yeah. So on that note, you're working with developers, you're advising them right from project inception stages and stuff like that. And then you're also working with home buyers. So in developing the kind of projects, right? So do you see any changes that are happening in the last few years? So for example, the ticket sizes, to keep the ticket sizes manageable, the home sizes may be slightly shrinking and stuff like that. So what the changes are you seeing from the developers planning angle? So whether it is the configuration of units, or pricing, or positioning projects to certain target groups, etc. What changes are developers doing?
So I believe actually in 2000, before 2020, before COVID, the sizes were very normal sizes. We were having close to 1100 to 1200 2 BHKs, and 1500 to 1800 3 BHKs, and then we were going close to 2100 to 2500 or 4 BHKs. That point in time, lot of lot of people were not making 4 BHKs because 4 BHKs were hard to sell of the price point perspective, and people are okay for 3 BHKs. 100% you have to go 100% to office, so there is no need to have office spaces at home and all. Post-COVID scenario, we received sudden changes. First of all, that whatever inventory was lying got sold off very fast because those who were the fence sitters or the rental or those who were on the rentals, they went out and bought the apartments. What happened? Everybody started asking for the bigger sizes because they wanted to have a work from home kind of office
Three
spaces.
BHKs got sold very fast. Yeah.
Exactly. And they knew that actually our parents are going to stay with us, family is going to be at home, kids are going to study at home. And it ran for 1.5, 2 years time actually. So in one room that one kid is studying, one room wife is doing calls, and then another room husband is doing calls. And then rooms are not enough actually to operate. If the senior citizens are there at home, it is very, very difficult to work around. So sudden push came for 4 BHKs.
Hmm.
So the entire market came with the 4 BHK in 2022 to 2024. And the sizes were started happening 3,000, 3,400, 3,500 sizes. But sooner than later, the prices started increasing very fast due to the supply versus demand. So the demand was very high, so the prices increased. During this period, the steel prices and cement prices gone up. Labor cost increased close to double. So that's where the prices increased. And the moment the prices started increasing and then the ticket size started touching the roof, people started thinking about reducing the sizes. Market started getting opened up. Government has started that actually those who are into the IT sector and all, they have to attend office for 3 days or 4 days kind of thing. So the scenarios started changing very fast.
Yes.
So when the scenario started changing fast, again, we found now we are finding that a lot of 4 BHKs are there, they are not picking up. So it's a very catch 22 situation for a real estate developer because we cannot change our plan overnight. Our plans
Absolutely.
are done. Buildings are constructed. Now what do we do with that? So these kind of things are there in the it's just a part of risk. You have to sell in a different model, different places. You have to start asking for different TGs, and our communication get changed actually towards that. So these all things I believe is very, very important now, that changing behaviors, how it is happening. Uh, so what we do generally, so we do that a fluid system where we give percentages allocation to the each typology in the project. You must have seen in the last 2, 3 years, all the developers, in fact, category A, B, C, they have started coming up with a larger project. So larger project has potential to accommodate a lot of things,
Yeah.
amenities, open areas, good air, good facilities. You buy smaller houses, but your offices are there at the clubhouse. So you can operate going with the clubhouse. So it's a work from home kind of thing. So you have got the pods there. So these all things have changed. And these
Yeah.
all things have changed actually. And then when plant projects are coming up now in, which is mitigating the risk of the larger sizes, not providing any amenities, everything has to come inside house so you can go out. So all these things have changed now, which is going very fine, and we are advising our client day in day out on these particular things. And what I believe that actually we predict that at least next 2 years will remain same. And our endeavor is that actually if we are bringing any project in, the maximum units or inventory should be sell out in 24 months. So the buyer's risk and the builder's risk both are down.
That makes sense. And thankfully, so a lot of builders are now also talking about and actually planning sustainability in their projects, which is a much needed thing. It is no longer a luxury, right? So that also we see happening, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So there are certain things has become like now need.
Yeah,
It's not a luxury.
it is no
So
longer a luxury. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
correct.
yeah.
So from somebody who's buying a home for the first time home buyer perspective, Ashish, what signals a healthy, a well-planned project versus a risky one? I know you touched about certain aspects around financial health and certain other pointers to them. But for the first time home buyer who's got a job in Bangalore, and parents tell them to buy a home or whatever. So when they look for buying a home, so there's so much information available, and the problem with so much information available is it is also confusing. So
Yeah.
what is the one thing that you'll say, how do you differentiate a risky project from a good one?
So first of all, the first time home buyers generally in any city, specifically in Bangalore, look at the project actually which is closer to either their kids' school, if they are married and having kids, or near to their office space where you're going. But in my opinion and my suggestion, because you may change the jobs and all, so your office can keep on changing. So you should also zero down on a location which is more which is better, and then getting developed in a near future time, or maybe already developed. If you have a budget, actually you can go for a higher budget, already developed location. Second thing is that you should look at the brand, the product, how the product is coming up, how the deliveries has happened. Actually, as I told you in my previous answer, that you should know that actually what this developer has done, and which you can go, as you said, by visiting the previous properties. And you, if it is a new, if somebody is a new builder or new builder is coming up, then the financial strength is very important to look at it. If the developer own the land where he is coming up their project, fantastic. Then you are mitigating a huge risk of the developer landowner conflict, which we have seen in many of the projects. Although
Yes.
there are 90% projects are JDAs, joint development in the city. But if it is there for a new developer, it is a boon, right? Then you see that the quality what there. So I always prefer I always tell my client, and we make sure in any of our project site, if you go, we created one museum, that what kind of quality we are providing, what kind of processes we are going to go about it, and who is our contractor. Very important. So I would not name, but we are doing one project on Sajapur Ativeli Road, where the developer is not very new, but they have done only commercial. Residential is not done. So they are doing a very large residential apartment. And we insisted actually to have the best possible contractor. So they've got the best from India. And so Kaltaru is going to be their contractor, which gives,
Right.
and they paid huge extra money to them to bring the confidence of the buyers. So those things are very, very important. Then you see that kind of price versus amenities and the product. So your product, you have to freeze. What do you want? What kind of amenities which you are seeking are these available there or not? Do you think that you are going to stay in that apartment for next 10 years?
Mhm.
Because if you're holding for yourself also, and later on if you upgrade yourself and then give it for rent and all, you should look at that particular thing, right?
Yeah.
So that is very, very important for anyone who is a first time home buyer to look at it. Rest all are the smaller things like vastu compliant. If you need, that is a personal prerogative, personal ask. But particularly you should do the price point analysis also of the nearby areas, that what kind of prices are going on. It gives you a little edge in negotiating better price.
Yeah. So, another related question, Ashish, for home buyers. Should I buy when it is just launched or pre-launch and get a good price, wait out that period, and get perhaps a better inventory, right? I can get it on the floor I want, etc. Or should I wait for all these risks to pass out and buy when it is ready to move in or closer to completion, etc.? I know the answers. Different projects might suit for different people, but what is your advice on that?
So if you do not have a upfront money to pay, and you want a long gestation, you are not inclined to shift early, you should go for initial launches only. And definitely launches gives you a lot of price benefits at that point in time. Second thing, you can choose your property easily. So you can choose a better property, and that's where better units, whatever you want to do, you can choose best. Third thing is that if you are having a lot of money, so you can look out the one-time payment and then look for the ready to move in. But in fact, in the current market scenarios, ready to move in properties are hardly available because most of the properties are sold during pre-launch, launch, and the under construction. So the 4 years time for a project to complete, but the sales happen close to in 2.5 years. So by the time you go for a during near OC, you will find very limited inventory available for purchase.
Very true, very true. And you mentioned about the 10-year horizon. So that's a nice segue into my next question. You spoke about what is going to be stable in the next 2 years, but let me talk about the 5 to 10 year scenario. Where do you see Bangalore's residential real estate moving towards, either in terms of type of projects or micro markets? What is your projection for the midterm?
So Bangalore has expanded a lot, Niranjan. I have
Yes.
seen in last 14 years. I came to Bangalore in 2012, and when I found that actually it was very difficult to cross Koramangala. It was very difficult to, although airport was built, but nothing was there on the North Bangalore. The maximum saturation was there at HSR, Koramangala. It was building up, and Jayanagar, JP Nagar, all these areas and all. Although the developer started spreading out, Brigade went to Buddhigiri Cross, Old Madras Road, and in 2015-16, KIDB was formed, that Bagalur KIDB with the hardware park, but nothing was coming out actually. So people were skeptical what to do. So it was like that. Soon after 2018-19, I have seen that actually expansion started happening in Bangalore and across the micro markets. You see northeast, west. West mein you have a lot of plotted development gone to up to Pinia, Nilmangala and all. In south, you are going up to Hosur right now, Atibele, where all the top developers have started going actually and then building up the large projects. So scenarios have changed actually. Now Bangalore is expanding a lot. Bangalore has a pent-up demand always because Bangalore, because of the weather, I would always appreciate the weather conditions in Bangalore. Actually, today I was reading, someone came to Bangalore, someone from Europe or US actually. He's told that actually he loves the weather of Bangalore and the AQI of Bangalore actually. So which is precisely is there. And the culture. So people, so pent-up demand is there. People are coming for studies. They want to stay back. They want to work. IT sector is booming as always. In last 27, 28 years, it has shown tremendous results. Other industries are also coming in now. The development, we have got Foxconn now. So we have
Manufacturing,
got,
yeah.
yeah, manufacturing is also coming, and aerospace park is set up already. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
gives an edge to this city, and this is a continuously I've seen we are increasing around 15 to 16% almost. We were just selling around 45,000 units in 2018-19. We are selling around 67, 68,000 units now.
All right. So thank you so much, Ashish, for your upfront, honest opinions from your vantage point to all our listeners, particularly the first-time home buyers. I'm sure will benefit from your advice. Thank you so much. Bye.